to an early morning practice. You can see the sunlight just coming in behind me, and hopefully you can see me okay. So here we are. Actually, as I am filming this, it is Sunday morning and it is a beautiful sunrise in Tucson. Today we're going to use some double balls in a sock, or you could just use a regular tennis ball. Make sure it's on the mat. And I have brought in a circle elastic, which you don't have to use, but if you have one, go and get it. And I've got my blocks in case I need, and then you could have either a yoga strap or a long elastic, okay? So if you're using the elastics, that's just to bring in a little more strength, a little more stability into the body. So I'm gonna just put those down there, and if you need to just put this video on pause and go get a couple things, go ahead. But let's begin standing. So standing anywhere you want on your mat. Let's take palms together and just notice what your shoulders are doing today. My feet are a little bit apart, okay? So I feel very comfortable down through my hips. And then on an inhale, reach up those arms really tall. And as you exhale, come right down to center. And we'll do that again. Inhale and reach up really tall. And exhale slowly back to center. And let's do just a couple more times. That inhale is reaching up, and the exhale is coming right down through the center here. Notice what your shoulders are doing. And let's take one more time doing this. That big reach, feel your feet, and then the long exhale. From here, we're gonna widen up our feet a little bit more, and then start to do diagonals. So notice how I go up on one toe as I reach that opposite arm. If your neck is okay, you can gaze up. Otherwise, just look forward with that arm. I want you to notice if one diagonal feels easier than the other. So these are some of the pre-movements to walking, and so important to get coordinated. Now we're going to stay on one side. I've got my toe touching down, the back arm is reaching, the front arm is reaching, and breathing here. And if you want to, you can lift that back leg off the mat and then come back. And let's go to the other side. Find the reach. You want to feel the stretch right through this kind of belly area. And then if you want to, go ahead and lift that back leg and come back down. And we're going to just reach and circle. So notice I'm going backwards with my shoulder joints. Your elbows are nice and soft, and I'm bending knees each time. Feels so good. And then we're going to bring the balls in. So if you have a double ball and a sock, fine. Or if you have just your one tennis ball, put one foot on it. Decide if you want the foot on both balls or just one of them. And notice how I'm rolling in to that ball. And I even jump off with my back foot. But I feel very confident that I'm not going to fall. So make sure you have that confidence if you're trying that. And just notice as you're rolling along the bottom of the foot, are there places that feel tight? So I have found some. So now stop and go to those places and just press into it. Press into it, make sure your toes are spread, and then find another place. For me, it was right under the heel. Maybe you're doing a lot of walking lately. And then come away. And let's go to the other foot. Now, I want you to notice if one foot is really different than the other. For me, this foot is feeling a little more tender. I don't know why, but I'm not going to even question it. I'm working to release the tightness and open up the bottom of my feet so the whole back of my body feels more alive, more awake. And then start to go to some places. For me now on this side, it's the middle of the foot. So I'm working with that. It actually feels really good to press into it. I temper it with my back leg. And then find one more place. For me, it's around my big toe, the mound of the big toe. And then put those balls to the side. Come up to the fronts of your mat. Take your palms together. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Now this next exhale will take the sound of Om. Take an inhale. And taking a moment of gratitude, no matter what time of day it is for you that you're watching this video, bring in some gratitude. With that sense of gratitude comes optimism. See if you can bring that in deeper. Perhaps it's gratitude for somebody in your life, for something that's really working for you right now. Gratitude that you got to wake up another day. And then we'll just release and move a little bit. Roll those shoulders back. Move your hips, bending knees. Check out your toes, ankles. All right, so we're getting ready for our stork poses and we're going to go side to side. Remember, if you feel like you're a little off balance, go ahead and find a wall to hang on to. So here we go. I'm going to start by standing in my left leg. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lift the left leg now. Exhale. As you inhale, expand upwards. As you exhale, you're slowly placing that foot down. Notice where you tend to have the least amount of stability. Go nice and slow. You can find your own pace if you want, or follow me. That inhale expands upwards, opens the chest, activates the belly, and as you exhale, you're finding the groundedness of the earth. That next inhale, it's like the next cycle. We cycle. We cycle through life. We cycle through our day. There's an expansion, and then there's a contraction. That inhale lifts and opens, and that exhale grounds and finds the midpoint before you go to the other side. Now, we're going to come back to even balance, stand nice and tall. Palms face forward. Let's start to move into the left leg and take your stork pose. You're just going to hold here. My arms are up. You could even have them way up. That's a little more challenging. You could toe touch down if you need a little more stability. Use your belly muscles. And then if you want to go deeper, press that leg out as you reach the arms up. And release. Coming Let's go to the other side. That inhale lifts, expands, and notice what's going on. Is this side different than the other? You're building the pose right from that foot bottom. Maybe the arms are reaching up. Maybe that leg reaches out. And come back to that center place. I want you to also notice your breath. We don't want to hold the breath when we're doing a practice like that. And then let's just kind of shake it out. So I'm going to take my horse stance. Horse stance, I've got my feet as wide as this mat and slightly turned out. And I'm going to come to a partial squat. If you see me from the side, I've popped my butt back like I'm looking for a chair, okay? So I'm going to do it though from the front. I'm going to stay in that horse stance. Inhale, circle the arms. Shh. 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 Eyes open. Shh. 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 Two more. Shh. Last one. Shh. Hold there. Nice deep breaths. Knees are tracking right over the ankles. And come back up. And let's just move around again. So we're getting some activity through this body. We're also working on cleansing the lungs as well. And let's come up to the fronts of our mats. I'm going to turn sideways just in case you have to have a look and you want to see from the side. My palms are together. Take an inhale and reach up nice and tall. And now as you exhale, forward fold, knees are bent, let your head go. Inhale, come part way up with the spine reaching. Exhale, release. And then on the next inhale, come all the way back up. We're just beginning. And as you exhale, come back to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take another inhale and lengthen the body. And then as you exhale, bend those knees, press through your feet bottoms, and inhale all the way back up and back to heart. One more time like that, half salutation. Take that inhale and reach. Exhale, forward fold. Next inhale, come part way up. Feel your feet bottoms strong. Exhale, drop deep. And then on the next inhale, reach up nice and tall. And bring those arms back down to the sides. And right away, move into your left leg and lift up to stork with the right knee. Hold there and breathe. Now, if you're able to, really reach your arms out to the sides, palms up. And come back down. Other side. Come right into it. You want to feel some strength in the belly. You want to feel your butt muscles really working for you. Reach out those arms. And back to center. Okay, once again, we're at the fronts of the mats, palms together. Take an inhale and reach up. And as you exhale, forward fold. Next inhale, come part way up. Now your next exhale, you drop the torso and take the right leg back. We're keeping this back knee lifted, but if you need to put it down, go ahead. Otherwise, come up on fingertips or use your blocks. Breathing deeply here, reaching through your spine. Now start to bend the back knee and almost touch the mat, and then straighten it. Flex that back knee and straighten it. Each time you do this, you want to feel your butt muscle getting really strong here. Two more. And then this time, put the knee down and both hands to that front knee as you try to come up nice and tall. So when I come up tall, I drop my tailbone, I try to lift up from the front of my body and then reach that arm up and stretch here. Nice deep breaths here. From here, with all of this length, we're going to bend that front elbow and take it to the left knee. You could stop here or create a full rotation and nice deep breaths. Some of you might want to advance, and that would be lifting the back knee off the mat. And then come back, all the way back to that lunge, and this time both arms come up. And just reach up, open up here, breathing. And let's place those fingers down and step back forward. Take an inhale part way up, and as you exhale, release. Next inhale, come all the way up and back to heart. Take a moment here, just breathing. And now we'll go to the other side. Take that inhale, sun salutation. Exhale, forward fold. Take that next inhale, part way up, stretch. And then as you exhale, drop the torso, bring the left leg back. Here we are, other side, my back knee is lifted. I'm trying to press the back heel away from me as I reach my torso. And then here we go. Bend that back knee, straighten it. Bend it, straighten it. If that's too challenging, just keep it straight. 2 more. This is how we really activate the body. And then put that knee down, both hands up to the front knee, and then lift the left arm. So right here, we want so much length through the body here, especially the torso, and then keep the length as you turn to your right, left elbow to right knee, and then see, can you take a full rotation, breathing nice and deep, chin is slightly tucked. Some of you like to advance, back knee lifts, and then release. Come back to that lunge, and we're going to take the front knee back. And here we are at all fours. Let's take 3 or 4 cat-cows, really experiencing them. Take your time with them. All right, from here, we're going to sunbird, right leg, left arm. Stretch here. Try to really work this pose right from the navel, right from the center of your belly. 1 more breath. Put the hand down, the knee down, wag your tail, and then we'll go to the other side. Right arm, left leg. Stretches best as you can here. Reaching, breathing, strong leg here. And then take that down. We're going to come back just for a moment to sit onto heels and look for your circle elastic. Now remember, you don't have to use one and you might not even have one. Some people take the longer elastic and make a knot, and then they've got a circle. Okay, and I'm going to put it just above my knees, okay, so you can see it's all stretchy. And then I'm going to come back to this all fours position. So remember, with the video, you can just turn it off for a while to get yourself organized and then come back. Okay, I'm keeping my belly strong, and now with my right foot, I'm going upwards. My knee is bent, I'm pressing up and coming down. Pressing up and coming down. Try to keep that knee flexed at all times. Foot bottom straight up towards the ceiling. I'm going for 10 of these, and I'm just there. Here's the last one. I'm holding it there and breathing. And then put that knee down, wag your tail. Okay, other side. Here we go. Here's how it These are so good for the body. Now, last one, hold. Hold it up. And bring it down. Okay, this next one, and I'm going to turn to face forward so you can see. I'm going to take my right knee to the side and down. To the side and down. What do they call these fire hydrants, right? Reach up and down. Reach up and down. If you don't have an elastic, you're still getting the effects. So what these movements are doing is helping to stabilize us from the sides of the hips. Very important for preventing falls. Hold the last one up, even if it's for just a moment, and bring it down. Okay, let's shake out wrists before we go to the final leg here. Okay, left side, here we go. Lift up and down. I'm looking down at my mat. I'm keeping my navel center nice and strong. This side's more challenging for me. And we have two more. Now, I'm going to try to hold it up. Hold it up. And bring it down. And come back to child pose. And just leave the elastic there. Come back to child pose. Make sure you're supporting your head. Nice deep breaths. And then come back to all fours. Now you can certainly take the elastic off if you want. I'm leaving mine on. I've just widened up my knees and my feet. I'm curling toes under. And I'm going to take a downward dog with the elastic. And you can get really wide if you want. And keep your knees slightly bent. Reach up those hips, drop the head. Then try to push the knees a little further out to the sides. And come back down to knees. And we're going to come to sitting onto our butts, okay? And just take a moment breathing. So when we're really looking to activate the sides of the legs and the hips, it can take a little extra effort, okay? And very good practice to do in the morning. So now I'm going to widen up my feet. I've still got the elastic on, though you could take it off if you want. I'm going to place my hands behind me, fingers out to the side, shoulders back. Inhale, lift. Exhale down, tuck your chin. Inhale, lift your throat up. Exhale down. If you want more juice on this, widen up your feet, okay? So, table pose, we're just adding a little more tone, and you don't have to. We're trying to get those butt muscles to activate equally, and we have two more table poses. Here comes the last one. Hold there, breathe. These are not easy for me. And back down and rest. And just rest. Remember, the breath is flowing through. There's ease in the mind. Ease in the mind. So we're going to take a boat pose with the elastic on. So remember, the elastic is just near the knee on the thigh. Okay, so it's very close to the knee. I'm going to come onto heels. You see my toes are up. I'm going to take hands behind my thighs, lean back with a straight spine, and lift my feet. So with the elastic there, I can reach my arms nice and wide, and then I'm going to widen up the elastic and close it. Widen it and close it. You don't have to do this, especially if your low back is bothering you. You want a really strong belly, and this helps to make it strong. And we have two more. Keep lifting the chest. Here's our last one. And rest. And now I'm going to remove that elastic. Okay? So there it is. And bring myself once again, take a downward facing dog, no elastic, and walk your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Press one heel and then the other. That feels so good for me. Okay, from here, bend your knees deeply, walk your hands to your feet, drop your hips behind you, and come up to a partial squat, and then arms out. Palms face each other. You could come up a little taller if you need to. Reach up those arms and come to standing. And let's just move around a little bit. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling very activated in your lower body, because that was the purpose of what we were doing. So now we're going to take it to tree pose, okay? Remember, you could use a wall for tree or a chair if you need. Please stay somewhere where you are safe with this pose. Your left leg will be your standing leg. You could have a small tree here with your right heel to your inner left ankle or calf. That's very stable, never the knee. You could go above the knee onto the thigh. I make sure my hips are as equal as possible. Now, I'm going to try to work my right knee, that bent knee, back a little, and that means belly is strong and butt muscles are strong. You can keep your hands wherever they're going to be. Lifting them up makes it more challenging. Use your breath. Calm your eyes. Remember, these practices are bringing us into present moment awareness. So very important. So very important to keep the mind more calm. And then come out of that pose and just stand. Just stand as equally balanced as possible. And then let's go to the other side. Okay, so I start always with my hands on my hips. So go where you think you can go. This side might not be the same, right? I'm going to use my hand to bring the foot up to the inner thigh. Though even more advanced, you would bring the foot up without the use of the hand. I check my hips. You can see I'm checking. I'm feeling on the inside. And my left hip was high, so I dropped it a little. Then I'm going to try to open the left knee a little more. I'm making sure my right hip is pulling in. Okay, that's the stability. And maybe I'm reaching my arms up, maybe a different way. But calm your eyes. Use your breath. Tree pose is one of those poses that you have to really be present. Be present in the here and now to do it. And come back out. Stand equally balanced, palms face forward. Breathe right down to your feet. And then let's just move around a little bit. So now we're going to look for either our yoga strap or our elastic. So once again, the elastic is to provide more tone, but you want to make sure that you're not hurting yourself. I'm going to widen up my feet as wide as the mat, and then I'm going to discover where on the strap or elastic I can lift up, keeping elbows straight, okay? And I'm providing some tension. There's tension on my elastic or strap, okay? Take an inhale. Exhale, bend those elbows and keep the tension, and then inhale up. If you're noticing me, continue, you'll see that I'm staying as tall as I can, and that strap goes behind as I pull on it. Now, if you want to add the next level, you inhale up, exhale, squat. Inhale up. Nice deep breaths. Do not go too fast. You want to feel the upper and mid back really working. And then if you're squatting with it, you're also working with your hips and your legs. We have 2 more. And here's the last one. So good, especially if you're sitting at a desk a lot. And release. Let's put that strap down. Shake out fingers. Release hips, ankles. Remember, always take time for yourself. Always. Okay, I'm going to come back to the fronts of the mat. I'm going to be sideways. And palms are together. Take an inhale and reach up tall. And as you exhale, forward fold. Next inhale, lift part way up. And now as you exhale, left leg back. And there we are at our first lunge pose. We're not going to stay here though. We're going to turn the back foot and place it flat. Come up with the right forearm onto the right knee. So right here, you want to feel stability in the back, stability in the front. If you want to go deeper, this left hip opens up. So once again, butt muscles are working, and then maybe the left arm reaches. Hold there and breathe. We are here for 5 breaths. So some of you are advancing by taking that arm overhead and stretching. Some of you like to do a bind around that front thigh. See what feels good for you. Use your breath. Stay anchored in your back foot. 1 more breath here. And then open up to warrior 2. I'm going to scrunch my shoulders a couple times because they've been so tight lately. And then find the pose. Nice deep breaths here. You've got the same anchor in the back, the same anchor in the front. And then take it back to that reverse warrior. Breathe into those front ribs. Maybe straightening that front knee if you want. That's more advanced. Okay, see what feels good here. Come back to warrior 2 and go right back to that side angle pose. Use your breath. Nice deep breaths here. Now we're going to take our hands to our hips, turn both feet forward. But notice how wide I am. I'm staying as wide as I can and still feeling stable, okay? Hands on hips. I'm trying to work my thumbs back behind me, and notice how my elbows go back. I want to keep them there, and then come halfway down with your torso. So many of you will bend your knees here. Some of you will be able to keep them straight. And see if you can go even further. You could have the block in front of you. There's that block. And some of you can reach your forehead to the block. And yet some of you can go even deeper and at some point put your hands flat on the mat. Prasarita Padottanasana, a wonderful pose. Use your breath here. Don't scrunch your toes. And then come back up, and you're on fingertips for a moment. 1 hand to each hip, all the way back up. From here, we're going to turn back towards the front of the mat and step forward. Palms together. So I'm going to go the other direction just so you can see. All right. Here we go. Take an inhale and reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come part way up, stretch. And now as you exhale, drop the torso, right leg back. There's that first place, okay? Notice how I'm trying to have this nice long then turn the back foot, place it flat, and come up with the forearm on the knee. Make sure your front knee is not dropping inwards. It's right over that foot. And if you can, roll open the hip and reach up the arm. Hold there and breathe. For me, this side is feeling tighter. I'm going to stay with it though. I'm going to really work it from my back foot. Maybe expand it with my arm coming over the side of the head. Maybe not. Some of you will find your bind if you want. There, I'm starting to feel my release happening with my hip. Now, inhale up and exhale to warrior two. Take your time. If you notice me, I always work with my shoulders because they can be so tight. And then find your pose. That back foot is your powerful anchor here. And then start to take it to reverse warrior. Use the breath here. Front knee can stay bent, or if you are advancing your pose, you're working to straighten the front knee, but you've got to work deeper stability into the belly to do that. And then come back to warrior two. Ooh. Hands to hips, turn. Now you've got your facing forward, okay? Hands on hips. I'm going to once again try my prasarita. So I'm going to take my block right here. I've got it on its highest end because my goal is going to be to get my forehead to touch it, okay? No worries if that's not going to happen for you. Get your elbows back. Keep your chest open and then come part way down. Pull the navel in and push through the heels and try to go deeper. You can bend your knees if you need to. And if that block is too high, put it lower and go for it lower. Nice deep breaths. At some point, your palms come down to the mat. Elbows are facing back. Nice deep breaths here. Prasarita, lots of work on the inner thighs. And then come part way up again, hands to hips, and all the way up. And we're going to step back forward to the front of the mat. Nice deep breaths here. You can feel that this body is totally waking up. I feel it. I love it. Okay, from here we're going to go back into that left leg and take stork pose again. So try to stay really tall, activate through the deep belly. Now you could stay here, you could toe touch down, or if you want to advance, turn the torso to the right. Left hand on right knee, and we've got a rotation. We're breathing here. Come back to center and down. That is challenging for me. But remember, you can take it one step at a time. That's all it is, okay? Let's go. Lifting the left knee, arms out. So remember, you could toe touch down or on a block, but if you're going to try the rotation, stay really tall. Don't round in. This side for me is challenging. Stay tall. Be in that pose. Breathe with it. And come back out. Don't just move around. Stand really still. Palms forward. Breathing deeply. And then move around. Move around, roll back one shoulder, roll the other. That feels so good. All right. All right. So, now we're coming to some other standing balance poses. Today I wanted to work on the dancer pose, okay? And remember, you could use a wall. You can see how I'm facing a wall here. You could also bring a chair into your field. So there's my chair on my mat. I make sure my chair is on my mat. I've got it the back facing me so that if I wanted to go into dancer here, I could hold the chair if I need, and then if I feel more confident, I could reach out my arm, okay? So that would be how you would use a chair. Remember with dancer, you're always looking forward. Try not to look down, okay? So the other advancement I want to say is that most of us will do dancer by holding the outer ankle. For more advanced and to get the chest more open, you'll have the palm like this and go to the inner ankle, okay? So that would open this chest a little more. It's a little more challenging to do, so you could do it at the wall if you need to. Now find your pose. Find your pose. Use your breath. I'm looking forward. I'm pressing my foot into my hand. I'm opening. I'm trying not to overly twist my pelvis. So I'm really trying to keep that pretty equal. And release. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to demonstrate the next side at the wall, but you do it any way you want to. I face the wall one arm's length away, okay? And then I get a hold of that foot, and I start by taking my fingers way up high on the wall, and then I start to move them down, but I'm still looking upwards. The whole time I'm looking upwards. Breathing here. The silent Shiva. And come back out. Once again, Sama Stiti. Palms face forward. Use your breath. And remember, if you want to give that pose another set, just turn the video off. Just turn it off for a moment, put it on pause, and do it again. All right, we're going to move a little bit. We're going to widen up our legs, hands on hips, soften down through knees, and do some circling. So, if you're sitting a lot lately, and who's not, doing these hip circles is extremely good for your hip joints, okay? The hip joints need to be movable and strong. And then come back up, bend those knees, other direction. So I will take my time with these at different times in the day, and I'll try to get a really big circle. And then come back. And let's roll one shoulder, the other shoulder, just a couple more times. And then come to the fronts of your mats again, palms together. Take a moment and remember why you're here, okay? Certainly to try to be more fully in this body. Certainly to try to feel more coordinated and more together through this body and mind. But also to connect in with the world by being more present. So palms together, bring back that gratitude that you have expressed at the beginning of the class. And then on an inhale, reach up nice and tall. And as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come partway up and stretch. And exhale, release. Right leg back. We're not going to stay here though. We're going to plant our palms and take the left leg back. Plank pose. I don't know any other pose that makes me so present right now. Relax your jaw. Pull in the navel. Press the heels back. You can always put your knees down if you need to. fingers way forward. I'm on fingertips. And then come down. Use your breath here. And bring yourselves back up. Bring your knees in just a little closer, just like an inch or two, so not that far apart. Clasp behind. Now this is more challenging, and if it's too challenging, then do what we just did. Roll each shoulder back. Keep elbows just slightly bent. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, come forward and down again, trying to get your forehead to the mat or a block. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And come back up. And let's roll those shoulders back. Roll them back a few times and take your legs out in front of you and release those knees. Okay, we're going to come back into a boat pose again. No elastic this time. Lift up. So some of you are working on straightening the knees, but you don't want your low back to drop way back. You want it to stay upwards. So I would take my hands out front, elbows straight, and then little bits, just straighten those knees just little bits at a time. Use your breath, gazing up, and release. Nice, easy breaths here as we let the head go. Coming back upright, widen up those legs, windshield wipers. Those hips should feel much better right now. All right, we're going to bring ourselves down, all the way down to the mat. Some of you will have an option of using your elastic again, and I'll just put mine on now. And I'm going to put it just above the knee, okay, both legs, and then come on down. So you could do bridge pose with or without the elastic. If you're using the elastic, that's to strengthen the outer hips, which get really weak, okay? If instead you want to strengthen inner thighs, you could use a block between your knees, okay? So I'm working on my outer hips and my glutes. So I'm widening up my legs, bringing my heels in, and come up to bridge pose. Roll your shoulders under. Some of you can clasp underneath. Use your breath. Press down through those heels. Open the chest. If you've got the elastic, you're providing a little bit of pressure outwards each leg. And release back down. Hug in, rocking side to side. Now, if you want to do another one of those, put your video on pause and do one more. Otherwise, I'm going to remove my elastic. I'm going to prepare for another bridge, but this one's different. I'm going to have my feet really close together. I'm going to come up into bridge. I'm going to stabilize my shoulders and then lift my right leg. You could give it a try, hold and breathe. This is for deep core work here. Deep core, pelvic floor, deep belly muscles, butt muscles, and low back. And then put that foot down, other side. We're trying to keep our hips really strong. You're really pressing your right heel down as you lift your left foot. Breath here. And then back down. Release those arms. Hug in. I like to start with little circles. Hugging in with circles is so good for the low back and the sacrum. And then other direction. And then happy baby pose. So have those knees nice and wide. You could hold knees. You could hold behind knees. You could hold ankles with knees bent. You could hold toes. But shoulders are down. Chin is tucked. Tailbone is trying to touch down. Maybe you can straighten your knees. Maybe not. Breath here. Relax your face. Releasing slowly and bicycling. Arms and legs. Really big. We're going to bring those knees together and ankles. And if you want to use a block between your knees, go ahead. Arms out, shoulder height. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, your knees come down to the left, your head to the right. So if you see me, you'll see that my right shoulder is down. That means you might have to open up your knees, okay? You want to pull the navel center in and rotate the rib cage, breathing. Such an amazing pose here, Jatara. The concept of lots of energy at the belly center. That's where we store our deep energy, and sometimes it gets very stagnant in there. And let's inhale up to center. Exhale, other side. Once again, I'm trying to keep my knees together. I've got a block, which is really helpful because I can squeeze the block, and I'm letting my head just drop to the left, opposite the knees. Try to revolve your chest back towards the left. Use your breath. And then come back to center. Woo. And we'll remove the block if you had it. Feet come flat, hands to your belly. Taking some nice, easy breaths through your nose. Breathing down into the belly and then chest. And just exhaling. So if there's a final pose you would like to do that we didn't get to, that you feel you really want to do right now, you can go ahead and put your video on pause and do that. Or if you're done for today, go ahead and drop your legs down. If you need a rolled blanket under your knees, go ahead. Widen up your legs, widen up your arms. If you notice me, my palms are up. I'm going to turn my head lightly side to side. And then just find that place where I can drop right in. Drop into the earth, let go. Let go of your bones. Let the earth hold you. Let go of the muscle that surrounds the bone. If you still feel tension, take a few sighs, a few exhale sighs. And staying here as long as you want to. That's the beauty of doing classes in your own home. But for the interest of time in this video, we'll start to come out of this pose, start to reach, reaching and stretching like your favorite animal. Just really reaching, maybe hugging in and rocking. Rolling to the right And on an exhale, coming up to sitting. Feel free to sit on a blanket, a block, a chair. But we're going to take Anjali Mudra, also known as Namaste, where palms come together, right at heart center. And just notice how you feel right now. Notice that your breath is so much deeper. And listen to these words from Rumi. Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And do not worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come? Remember, each and every day, take time throughout the day to come back to breath, to relax the eyes, to stay grounded in this body. And we'll end this practice with the sound of Om, one Om. Take an exhale, inhale, Om Shanti, Om Peace. Namaste, Namaste.